I couldn't resist talking about this. I don't know where to start on this. Astronomers find the impossible, a galaxy without dark matter. Now that is about as dumb a thing as you could say, but I'll go on and explain why. Stupefied astronomers on Wednesday unveiled the first and only known galaxy without dark matter. Now, if any of you know anything about dark matter and dark energy theory, is that it makes up 95% of the universe, but of course the truth is it doesn't exist. And so when you hear these kind of things, when you know the truth, it just makes you laugh out loud. So stupefied astronomers, well, that's exactly what they are if they believe in dark matter and dark energy, on Wednesday unveiled the first and only known galaxy without dark matter. The invisible and poorly understood substance, they don't understand it because they can't see it, they can't measure it, and they don't actually know it exists because of course it doesn't, thought to make up a quarter of the universe. The discovery could revise or even upend theories of how galaxies are formed, they reported in the journal Nature. This is really bizarre. This is really bizarre, said co-author Roberto Abraham, an astronomer at the University of Toronto. For a galaxy this size, there should be 30 times as much dark matter as regular matter. So there, again, in that sentence, you can see the stupidity of it. They've never proven dark matter exists. They've never proven dark energy exists. They've no idea what it is, but apparently there should be 30 times more of it. As regular matter, he told AFP by phone. He probably called from a lunatic asylum. What we found is that there is no dark matter at all. That's the truest thing he's said in all of this. There is no dark matter. That shouldn't be possible, he added. There are 200 billion observable galaxies, perhaps more. Well, there are more than that, we know that now. Astronomers estimate some 65 million light years from Earth, shortened name DF2, is about the same size as our Milky Way, but has 100 to 1,000 times fewer stars. That's pretty vague, isn't it? So for every one star, it could be 100. We really don't know. Dark matter's existence is inferred by the motion of objects affected by its gravitational pull. Well, again, that's because they don't understand the electric universe and the nature of the universe. If you go to Electric Universe or the Thunderbolts Project, it's a good place to start if you're interested in this stuff. On YouTube, the Thunderbolts Project, you can see there that scientists tell you like why dark matter's a stupid idea and we don't need it. It's all created by ridiculous mathematics. It's nothing to do with physics. It's nothing to do with astrology, the study of the physical universe. It's all to do with the mathematics of how they think gravity works, and the big mistake they're making is gravity doesn't exist. That's not a stupid comment. What it means is that gravity isn't the force that's holding everything together. It's an electrical energy that does that. Anyway, dark matter's existence is inferred by the motion of objects affected by its gravitational pull. It's actually not. It's inferred by stupid maths. That's what it's inferred by. It is conventionally believed to be an integral part of all galaxies. No, it's believed by idiots, but the glue that holds them together and the underlying scaffolding on which they are built, which is another absurd comment. So co-author Alison Merritt, who has no merit, from the Max Planck Institute for Astronomy in Germany. The Max Planck Institute for Astronomy is probably just full of mathematicians who shouldn't actually have anything to do with astronomy. One surprise after another, really. So-called ordinary matter, including stars, gases, dust, planets, and everything on them, accounts for only 5% of all content in the universe. I've never laughed so much as I did the other day looking at some famous woman giving a lecture showing this pie chart with all of the visible universe being 5% of the pie chart, and a thing or things or whatever, we don't know what they are, that are completely unproven, that most real scientists say probably don't exist anyway. And she had this pie chart. It was hysterical. Anyway, which, you know, apparently the pie chart is evidence. Dark matter and dark energy comprise the rest, and scientists have yet to directly observe either. Of course they haven't, because they don't exist. The discovery was made with a new kind of telescope developed by Abraham and lead author Peter van Dokkum of Yale University. Unlike mirror-based devices, the mobile Dragonfly telescope array is comprised entirely of nano-coated lenses, 48 in all. So it's basically a compound eye as opposed to a real telescope. Conventional telescopes are good at finding small, faint objects. Ours is really good at finding large ones, said I. Yeah, that's good. So real telescopes can find small, faint objects in space, but theirs is good at finding large objects, as if we couldn't already find those. But anyway, there may be more to that than meets the eye, but it's a laugh, isn't it? Indeed, over the last few years, Dokkum and Abraham have used it to uncover a whole new category of sparsely populated, ultra-diffuse galaxies, and sparked a cottage industry as astronomers struggle to explain their strange properties. Everything about them is a surprise, starting with the fact that they exist, Abraham said. Yeah, right. Up to now, the analysis of the galaxies has shown a fairly tight ratio of dark to ordinary matter, but this new class is breaking all the rules, he said. What you're doing is breaking all the rules of science by proposing that something that doesn't exist is the answer to why your mathematical formulas don't work when you're observing the observable real universe. Why does everything hang together? Why do galaxies hang together the way they do? Because it's not gravity. There you go, there's your answer. And your maths is bullshit. The first anomalies discovered were galaxies almost entirely composed of dark matter. That was odd enough. I bet it was, because you can't see them. So if it's almost entirely composed of dark matter, which we can't see or measure, and they're spotting those, then there's probably a visit to some kind of psychiatrist needed here. The first anomalies discovered were galaxies almost entirely composed of dark matter. That was odd enough. But the real shocker was DF2, which has virtually none at all. Oh my God, it's an oh my God moment. DF2 was first identified by Russian astronomers conducting a photographic survey, but its uniqueness didn't come to light until later, when these clowns made some claim. Dokkum's team used the Keck telescopes in Hawaii to track the motion of several star clusters, each with about 100,000 stars. Well, that's an improvement, isn't it? 1,000 or 100 stars, we don't know anyway. But this is better. Look, they're now saying they got an exact figure. It's about 100,000 within the galaxy. The clusters they found travelled at the same speed as the galaxy. Oh my God, did they? Because they're in the galaxy, so they travelled at the same speed as the galaxy. In itself, moving through the universe. Had there been dark matter, the clusters would have been moving slower or faster, because we know how dark matter, which we can't prove exists and no one's ever seen or measured, affects the movement of galaxies. See? When they're like millions of light years away. We know all that for sure. I don't think so. Abraham recalls seeing the graphic plot showing the motion of DF2's constellations for the first time and wondering if something was amiss. Had he not taken his meds that day, we wonder? We asked ourselves where we had screwed up, if the measurements were wrong. Yep, they're wrong. Then I suddenly realised the implications. That's as close to an oh my God moment as I got. So, I mean, I've had so many oh my God moments reading this, it's unbelievable. It's like, oh my God, how ridiculous. So, a galaxy entirely bereft of dark matter raises vexing questions that so far have stumped astronomers. See, it's not really stumping like real astronomers or real scientists. It's stumping people that believe in fairy tales. It's like, oh my God, our fairy tales evaporated because these guys said they couldn't see it. So no one can see it, but anyway, there you go. It challenges the standard ideas of how we think galaxies work. Well, it challenges a ridiculous idea. Again, go to the Electric Universe, go to the Thunderbolts project on YouTube and hear some real scientists talking. Figuring out how something as big as a galaxy is held together without dark matter will be difficult. But understanding how it formed in the first place will be even harder. Well, actually, we've no idea how galaxies form in the first place. So, unless you look at the Electric Universe theory, and then they're kind of piecing it together. But these clowns can't figure anything out. Without dark matter, it will be difficult. But understanding how it formed in the first place will be even harder, he said. Whatever the explanation, a galaxy with no dark matter poses an ironic challenge, get this, to astronomers who question the very existence of the substances, according to the study. That's it, I think. Yes, that's it. That's the end of the stupidity. Anyway, I just had to talk about that. Go to the Electric Universe on YouTube, do some research on it, go to the Thunderbolts project and enjoy starting to learn the truth about this nonsense, the emperor's clothes, the nonsensical rubbish that's being spread. I mean, people are getting Nobel Prizes for this crap. It's unbelievable. That's the end of my rant. Goodbye.